Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. How is everyone this fine, crisp autumn evening? How long is 3 hours when you smell in colours? About 12, I think. Right, okay, so we're carrying on with Beetle Uprising, of course, this evening. But it's a cold autumn eve. I've got a nice cup of tea because I'd like to be quite cosy this stream. Even wearing a pajama top. Hence it being a bit big for me. But yeah, when the world is currently chaotic and confusing, so we're just going to have a nice, gentle, cosy stream. But that's not to say it won't be educational. Now, that's because today we're going to finally try and properly wrap our heads around how DNA works in Beetle Uprising. Now, I've got kind of an idea, but it's a complicated subject, and there's even an in-game manual which goes quite deeply into it. But what we're going to do, before we start, I'll come back to chat in just a second before we get going. What we're going to do is we're going to watch two videos, which are about length 3 minutes and 5 minutes each, together, and we can pause them and talk about them if I feel that we need to. They're made by Liam, one of the other guys on the Slug Disco team. The first one introduces some basics, so it'll just be a recap for people who have maybe joining us on Beetle Uprising for the first time. And then the second video is a much more in-depth into the breeding system, which explains alleles and genes and how everything is coded for in this rather complex, rather brilliant genetic simulation that is the core of Beetle Uprising. But that learning curve, we're coming to it, guys. Right, okay, quick read it, chat. How are you today? I'm okay, thank you. Thank you, Papa Fox. Welcome. Welcome, Army Ant Aiden. Welcome, Max. Welcome back. Welcome, Widow Chow. Welcome back. Alexander, welcome. I think you were a while ago, though. Oh, no, I think you are here. Ivan, welcome. Yep, okay, great. Right, so let's let me just turn down this background music while we have a look at these videos which Liam has made. Now, I've had to do a bit of bodging with OBS to get these to work properly, so the colours might be a bit off, but we're just watching them for educational content. They are available on YouTube, and I'll link them after if anyone wants to have a look at them in their full quality. But let me just have a look. There we go, and I should be able to just press play, and if at any point something interesting comes up, I can pause it and we'll discuss it briefly. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Can you guys hear it at all? I'm not sure you can. Okay. Yeah, I have to kind of do it from my computer rather than just open it up on YouTube. Because, it may interfere with the upload because I'm having to use 4G. I'm kind of forced to do it when I stream. Okay, let's see if there's something I can do here. Yeah, you guys should be able to hear this. No, yeah, I didn't think so. John, I don't suppose you've got any experience with using VLC while you're streaming. See, I can hear it on my desktop. Yeah. Do you know what? Yeah, no, it's I might just try and open it up on YouTube. It might mean like a lower frame rate for a while, guys, but it would be good if we could watch it together. Give me a second. Yeah, okay. catch up just a mo. You can't even hear that either, can you? Can't even hear my desktop audio at all. Okay. Okay, we might have something a bit wrong here, guys, with my setup. You're just going to have to bear with me for a minute, okay? Yeah, there must be something down in my countdown then, so it's probably not VLC, which is the problem. Yeah, you can hear me, but you can't hear my desktop audio for some reason.
Pills, food.
Yeah, that works. Give me a second, guys. I'll see what I can do. Okay, guys, I think I've worked it out. Right, okay. How's life? Life's okay. Yeah, I've got it. I've worked it out. I've worked it out. Good, right, okay. Usual programming will now resume, okay? So just remind everyone of what we were doing a few minutes ago before I messed up. We're going to watch a couple of videos by Liam to remind ourselves, firstly, of how Beetle Uprising works, and secondly, try and really get deeply into the genetics of it. And I will pause it at various places if there's things of interest which I'm not sure of. Okay? Right, okay. Let's get going on that then, finally.
This is our nest. It's where our beetles live and take time out to rest. Every beetle has a mood, and the happier the beetle, the better it will perform. To keep our beetles happy, we need to make sure they are well fed, have somewhere to sleep, somewhere to groom themselves, and plenty of entertainment. By selecting the map, we can see a bigger picture of where our beetles live and their surroundings. This whole area is the abandoned lot. It's split into smaller territories which can be conquered and then harvested for resources. To claim a contested territory, we must send our beetles to fight for it. However, before we fight, we need to choose which beetles will be sent out in the Swarm Maker. In this mission we can only choose one type, but it can be copied many times to form a small army. Notice that there is a goop cost. Goop is an important resource and shouldn't be squandered, so we don't want to send more beetles than we need.
This is worth noting. Goop, we start with quite a lot of it, but we're going to find ourselves a bit short after a while, so that's something we're going to have to deal with as well. You can find goop sometimes on missions, and I think you can get it by juicing beetles that you don't need anymore.
Also, keep in mind that the happier a beetle is, the less goop it will cost to send into battle. The mission objectives can now be seen in the top left of the screen, and we control our swarms by left-clicking where we want them to go. If our beetles spot any enemies on the way, they will engage. If we want our beetles to ignore enemies and rush to their destination, we can use a double-click move command. Later on, when doing missions with multiple beetle groups, we can cycle through them with the numbers on the keyboard. Excellent! Now that we've won, we've got some rewards for our nest. We can also see on the map that this zone is no longer contested, and we've gained access to explore a new contested zone. After that mission, our victorious beetle, Kiki, needs some time to rest to get its strength back. But Ortsdoko here is fine, and can go out and fetch some resources for us. Looking around our conquered territory, we can see 2 new resource jobs. One for foraging, which will yield food, and one for scavenging, which will yield other nest items like bedding and sometimes goop. Before sending a beetle out on a job, it's important to check the chance of success. This chance is increased based upon certain beetle attributes, but also the beetle's overall happiness. We'll send Ortsdoko out on a foraging mission. If there's nothing else for us to do, we can fast forward time and wait for Ortsdoko to get back.
A note about happiness, which I've noticed. When beetles are born, when they first arrive in our colony, they're small, their happiness is not high, so you can send them out on stuff, but happiness is what we need to keep up in order for them to perform well on jobs and missions.
Great! A successful mission. We've got a pumpkin seed, a blueberry and an apple for our nest. There are 2 ways to get new beetles for our collection. They will come as rewards for conquering contested territories, or we can breed our existing beetles to create offspring. We will need a combination of both: new beetles to bring in fresh genetic material to the gene pool, and selective breeding to combine and bring out the best traits. To breed 2 beetles, we open up the breeding menu and select the beetles we want to breed. We'll have 9 offspring to pick from. Choosing can be tricky, especially when part of a long-term breeding strategy. For now, we'll just pick the one with the highest strength. We can sort by strength by clicking on the S and selecting the top left beetle. And so we welcome Apiagup into the nest. It's going to need plenty of food before it reaches its full size, but when it does, I think we'll be ready to take on the next territory. But I'll leave that up to you.
Right, okay, so we've picked up from that we need to think quite a lot about our beetles' happiness. So we need to make sure they've got enough food, bedding and cleaning apparatus in their nest area. And also they get happier over time as long as they've got those things. When they're young, they are unhappy, and which aren't we all? As they mature, their happiness will get higher, and when they reach a certain happiness, that's when they become adults. Right. Okay. So now that we've got the basics done, let's have a look at the advanced breeding thing, which is a bit more in depth. This video's 5 minutes long, and I'll probably be pausing it multiple times to kind of talk it out in my own head, and we'll see how we do, because it is quite a difficult complex, and it is based on real-world science, kind of the way these things really work, to an extent that makes sense. Oh, okay, here we go then. The big one. And there we go.
In Beetle Uprising, you're likely to spend a good amount of time breeding beetles. Depending on your playstyle, you might want to breed for stats, for attack abilities, aesthetics, or for an ideal mix of everything. To breed 2 beetles, we're going to open the Beetle Breeding panel, where we can select which beetles we want to breed. But as we're starting out with only 2 in our nest, the choice is made for us. We're going to breed Komagup and Pakugis. In this tutorial we'll concentrate on breeding to enhance our Beetle Stats. There are 7 Beetle Stats: Strength, Quickness, Regeneration, Health, Perception, Ferocity and Armour. By holding down the control key, we can see which parts of our Beetle's DNA correspond to these stats.
Right, okay, so this is the first kind of complex thing that comes up. We have... can you guys see my mouse over this screen? I don't think you can now because of the way I've had to set this up. So these, like, for each stat, we have a bunch of alleles that code for the stat. This is 2 beetles, so one beetle's genome next to another. And because these are starting beetles, they don't have parents as such, but each half of the gene, each allele, comes from a parent. So if you imagine that thing split down the centre like a DNA sequence. Right, okay, continuing.
Now, before we go any further, we're going to need a quick lesson on genetics. In Beetle Uprising, each beetle's genetic makeup is split over 14 pairs of chromosomes. 4 of these account for our 7 stats. Let's look...
Chromosomes, right. Okay, pairs of chromosomes, because chromosomes come in pairs, as we know from biology.
Look at the first chromosome pair for Comagup. This pair of chromosomes determines Comagup's strength and quickness.
Yep, okay, so to complicate things, our chromosomes come from different sources, essentially. Our chromosomes are not straight down the centre. I mean, Liam's just showed you there what the chromosome pairs are. Right, told you it was a bit complicated.
The left chromosome has 20 genes from one parent, and the right 20 genes from the other. Each inherited gene can have several different forms, which are called alleles. This is like the human gene for blood type having type A, type B, or type O. Our Beetle Stat genes come in 6 possible allele flavours, shown by these bars. The fuller the bar is, the higher the stat contribution. As we have 2 alleles coding for each Beetle Stat property, we need to know how each pair is treated. Often in nature, one of these alleles is said to be dominant over the other. In this case, only the dominant allele is expressed. In humans, alleles for blood type A and type B are both dominant to blood type O, and so if you have A and O alleles, your blood type will be A, and if you have B and O alleles, your blood type will be B. In a similar way, beetle alleles for aesthetics can be dominant or recessive, and so in breeding beetles of different colours and shapes, you may start to notice dominant and recessive interactions, often seeing a trait disappear in one generation, but then reappearing further down the line.
Right, so if we want to worry about genetics to the extent of dominant and recessive genes, then we only need to think about the aesthetics of the beetles. For the sake of this playthrough that I'm doing, I'm not going to do that. We'll just see what we get appearance-wise. Unless somehow it all clicks in my head and I manage to master it, maybe then we can start thinking about appearance. But for the most part, let's go with the simplified thing for the stats. Let's continue.
Our stat alleles here are a bit different though. They are both considered together when forming Beetle Stats. In nature, this could be akin to having co-dominant alleles. In humans, blood type A and B are co-dominant, so if you have one allele of each, your blood type will be AB. What this means in the game is that we simply add up both alleles to give this pair's contribution to its stat, and in this case, that's strength. Usually, the best allele for a gene will exist in more than one beetle in your nest, but when the best allele is only present in a single beetle, it gets a blue star. Be careful not to lose a beetle with a unique allele. You can't breed an allele into your population if no one has it.
Yeah, this is important then. For some reason, I did try breeding a bunch of beetles. It might have just been a glitch in the game, I'm not sure, but I couldn't find any of the blue star genes, or blue star alleles rather, I should say. Maybe that was just a problem with that one instance of the game I was running last time, but we'll see how that works this time. But yeah, we do need to keep an eye out for the blue stars, which are unique.
The small blue interval bars show the best allele present in your collection regardless of uniqueness. Here they're quite tightly packed as we only have 2 beetles. When you have lots of beetles, they might start to look more like this. That is, unless you have excellent breeding strategies. Now, if we add up all of the little blobs in our strength alleles, we count 34, but our beetle's strength is actually 35. This is because some genes can have secondary effects on other stats. This is similar to a phenomenon called epistasis in nature, where the expression of one gene may inhibit the expression of another. These side effects are depicted.
Yeah, I do notice that our viewers have gone down from like 14 to 8, which was kind of expected, but we've got to kind of learn this stuff if we want to finish this game.
In this table in the manual.
Yeah, and we're not going to worry about this either, secondary effects. This is in the epistasis. We're not going to worry about this. This is in the manual for the game if you happen to have the game. But if we get these extra effects, then sure, so be it. But I'm not going to go looking for it. It's a bit complex.
The extra strength point has been caused by a combination of size, armour, regeneration and quickness genes. For the most part, the epistatic effects only have a small impact on our stats, so we can concentrate mainly on the alleles directly responsible, unless we want to get supremely technical with our breeding. Okay, so now we know what our beetles are made of, what's going to happen when we breed them? Each parent is going to supply 14 chromosomes each to form 14 pairs for their offspring. The 14 chromosomes to be inherited from each parent are decided by meiosis. In this step, each pair of chromosomes comes together in a random orientation. We can picture this here as some of the chromosomes deciding to randomly flip over. To complicate things further, in nature, sections of the chromosomes are sometimes able to cross over during this process. For our beetles, crossovers can occur randomly. Once the chromosome mix-up is done, we zip down the middle and separate out all the DNA needed for a gamete cell. Just like a sperm or an egg. We're not really sure which though, as our beetles are unsexed. Meiosis occurs for Pachygus too, and then the resulting gametes are combined to produce an offspring. By hitting the breed button, the whole process is repeated 9 times, giving us a choice of 9 possible offspring. Now when we hold down control, we can see everyone's genes, as well as which children have inherited those unique blue star alleles. If this all seems a bit much, you can always just pick the stats you like, or even which beetle looks the most handsome. I'm going to choose this one, because I like its shiny red carapace. Welcome to the nest, Kamapo. Long may you breed.
Liam getting a bit into his voiceover work there. Yeah, he bought a decent microphone for it. He may as well make the best use of it. Right, okay, now, welcome everyone who's joined us in the past few minutes. I think we lost a bunch of people who started zoning out when they started to feel like a biology lesson, because let's be honest, it is. So I've kind of got an idea there of how the genes work together, and we have to have alleles, and when we breed we get random combinations of them. And then so there are secondary effects as well, which you can, if you want to get super. This game is kind of a technical marvel in that respect. It's rather incredible, but it is very complicated. So we're going to simplify things and not worry about epistasis and the kind of dominant and recessive things of beetle appearance. We'll see how we do. But yes, welcome everyone who's just joined. The lesson is over. I'm just about to link in chat the 2 videos there. It'll probably show up a few seconds earlier for you guys because there's a bit of lag on the stream. And then we will get going. So this first link that I'm sending now will be the... hang on a second, where are you guys? There you are. The first link is the beginner tutorial, and the second one is the advanced breeding tutorial that we have just watched. So, yeah, you can watch those in your own time, or you can watch them now. But the first one's just a once-over of what the game is like, and that one's much more easy to digest. But the second one goes quite deeply into genetics, inspired by real-life genetics. So it is a bit of a biology lesson. But if we want to do really well in this game and ultimately beat it and take over the abandoned lot, we are going to have at least some understanding of that. And how the genes combine together, how they split down the centre when you join two beetles together, all that kind of stuff. Anyway, let's try and apply at least some of that knowledge now to the actual game. So let me boot up Beetle Uprising. Yeah, give me a sec. Just going to have to restart Steam because this computer, I think it's because I've got 3 monitors, causes a bunch of problems with Steam sometimes. It kind of freezes out. Okay. Cool. If the stream goes laggy now, it might be because Steam's updating. Oh no, it's okay. Played this game, can't wait to learn the DNA thingy. Yeah, have a look at the second video if you're really interested in it. But if you want to do really well in this game, you will need some understanding of it, which is why we started this stream with that. We will be doing a bunch of normal gameplay as well, just going out for missions and just looking after the beetles. But I would like to get properly learning how to breed the beetles for their best stats. I'm not worried about the appearance. Appearance is more complex and has dominant recessive genes, which is more close to real world. But we'll just get random, sometimes pretty beetles, I think. Okay, booting up Uprising. Yeah, I better boot it up now before Steam starts downloading something and using up my bandwidth. There we go. Right. Cool. Oh, hang on. Get rid of that now. Great. Just playing with the volume a bit. Mike, when is the Undergrowth newsletter? It'll be at some point in November. Yeah, we have got a bunch of stuff to talk about now. Yeah, it's my job to write that. It'll be some point this month. The UK is, as of tomorrow, going back on near full lockdown, though. So I can't really go out anywhere anyway. So that's a good time for me to get writing on that. Right. Anyway, that will be the last Empires of the Undergrowth related question I answer until the very end. We'll do a quick 5 minutes at the very end. Yeah, Beetle Uprising questions only until then, because I need to concentrate. Okay. Right, continue game. Which one is it? The last time we played was 26th of October? Yeah, no. Okay, right. Yeah, most of our beetles are pretty happy. Yeah, because we've been sending them out on lots of... just pause them for a second. Have a look at our missions. Yeah, we've been sending them out on lots of scavenging and raiding missions to get stuff for us, so we've got plenty of resources, so we'll send out a few more as well. Yep. Just choose some beetles to 79% good. I'm just looking now at success possibility. 90 is fine. Okay. Great, so a bunch of beetles are going out to get some more stuff for us. Looks like they're a bit low on food, so let's open up our... put down some stuff for them. Okay, yeah, a bit more bedding if... We're a bit low on bedding, so hopefully some of the beetles that are out on tasks come back with a bit more... Oh no, we're not. We've still got these, but they're not great bedding. Okay. Yeah, just waiting for the beetles to come back, so I'll speed up time until they do. It's great, got some stuff there. Boomer failed. Okay. Yeah, we didn't get bedding then, but I think we're okay. Right, let's have a look at what we've got beetle-wise for breeding. Right. Okay, so... yellow here, a yellow stat indicates that the beetle has superior of this particular stat. Red is inferior compared to the rest of your beetles. So when we are, let's choose two beetles that have pretty high stuff, like Haken here is pretty good all round. So I'm going to choose that as a breeding beetle. And then Suki I will replace with another one that has good stats. And we'll have a look at their... Ants Gamer here is probably... Yeah, kind of okay stats, but no red stats, and then a very good attack stat. Okay, and then if we hold down Shift, yeah, we can see the genetic makeup of those two beetles. So Haken on the left and Ants Gamer on the right. And as I make new beetles, I'll name them after random people in chat. Right. Okay, so they've got a similar genome, these two. Not identical, but very similar. So I'm assuming they had similar parents. But if we breed these together, let's see what we get. There's a rather pretty in pink beetle there. Yeah, we've got some pretty good stats going on here. We've got some 49 attack stats, a 50 attack here, but it's got low regeneration, that one, so it'd be a good at attacking, but wouldn't be able to heal itself very easily. A 50 attack, though. Okay. Yeah. This one's got 35 perception, which means it'll be able to see things much further away. This one's got great health. I think this one here might be a great all-rounder with the blue pinstripe one. 35, 27 regeneration. It's okay. I mean, it is tempted to just go straight for attack, but armour is also important, so we don't just die to enemies. So yeah, if we hold down Shift again, or is it Alt? Can't remember. Yeah, there you go. Control. Then yeah, we can see the genetic makeups of all the beetles that are possible here. The one next to 50 attack is pretty good on the right. Which one? This one? The one in the centre? Or this one? Which one do you think? Yeah, no starred alleles here, no unique alleles. Yeah, the one in the centre, okay, if we keep that one. Okay. Sure. Milan. Okay, welcome to the nest. Milan. Right, it's going to take a while for Milan to get up to... Hooray! We've leveled up. Okay, and we've got a bunch of stuff. We've got some food, we've got some entertainment, a bunch of cosmetic things which don't do anything, they're just for us, and a bunch of goop. Okay, yeah, still plenty of food out for them, so everyone should be pretty happy at the moment, apart from Milan, who's just joined us. I'm going to get juiced in 30 minutes. I don't think I'll juice you because you're one of our higher statted beetles, but you might die randomly on a mission. That does happen sometimes. Yeah, you can juice beetles that suck. We've not got many that are too bad at the moment. I mean, Suki is looking a bit low compared to the others we've got now. Maybe I get rid of Suki. Yeah. Yeah, okay, let's stick that in the juicer. F for Suki. Suki's not in chat today, so I didn't have to see that. Easris was one of our original Beetles, and Liam did say about sending the original Beetles out for on missions quite a lot. So let's keep doing that. Actually, we have got a bunch of stuff. We've still, I mean, if you look how big the game world is, we've got a long way to go. The idea for me was originally to try and finish the game for November the 5th, which is tomorrow, of course, when the game's released. It didn't happen for various reasons, including the complexity of just the learning curve of this game. But we'll continue with it, obviously. We will be doing, I'll say it now actually, tomorrow we'll do a longer stream, probably early to mid-evening, maybe, I don't know, 6 or 7 UK time, after we've actually launched the full game on Steam. And I'll, as well as playing the game, I'll kind of interact with people and maybe help people out if they're playing it as much as I can. And I'll try and get the other guys involved to some extent, like if I can. Liam knows quite a lot more about the game than me. He played it quite a lot. Okay, right, let's send some guys out on some foraging missions with the hope that we can get some bedding material and food and stuff. I'm not going to send Boomer out. Who has the best success at this one? 67's okay. I think 67's about as good as we're going to get, isn't it? Oh, 81. There we go. It's very good indeed. 55, 58, 48, 67, yeah. Okay, so now a bunch of missions. Fast forward time, get some stuff, and then think about taking on an actual... Yeah, let's have a look at explore Suburban Bliss as well. We need to explore some stuff and, yeah, choose a beetle that's... Maybe we wait for beetles to come back with stuff before we and let them get a bit happier before we go on those exploration missions. Good. Got some stuff there. Some food. Beetles back. Mainly success there. Great. Okay, yeah, we're just going to let everyone chill out for a bit. Cocker Flocker Flame is pretty happy though, so they might be able to go and... 56% though. It probably is the best chance we've got. Yeah, okay, let's see how Cocker Flocker Flame does on that one. Then we've got some more exploration tasks. 65 for Haken. I'll take a punt on that one. There is a chance of death for these though, like a small but certainly possible chance of death for these missions. So yeah, bedding's getting used up, so I'm going to slow down time to normal and put some bedding down. Get rid of that trash. It is one of the beetles' needs. To keep the place tidy. It will disappear. The beetles will get rid of it on their own eventually, but I can speed things up just by mousing over it. Those are looking fine. They've got places to... They've got food out still. Let's put the rotted apple down. They like that. Where was that large, interesting ball item as well? There we are. How does one beetle turn into 20 smaller ones? By the power of an array in a computer game. Right, shall we have a look at the eggs that we've got? Beetles, yeah, like we've got a few eggs that we haven't hatched yet. Beetles of this quality show intensified attack speed, so we might get some of them have... There we go, excellent. Haken has learnt... We've got some XP, learnt about the number of swarms on the Lost Beach, learned what type of enemies there are, and what's opposing us, so we can go into that mission a bit more prepared. Great, well done. Why is Beetle dancing? When they're doing that, they're very cute, aren't they? Yeah, when they're doing that, they're Clocker plane failed, of course. They're interacting with things, either with each other or with an item. It implies that they're becoming happier. Yeah, they've got very cute little animations when they're in the nest of the beetles. Yeah, so these two are interacting. These ones are those two are interacting. I think that one's looking at the pet rock there. Do you realise how much potential this game has to become a mobile free-to-play game? I guess, but has anyone got... How much time has anyone got to really learn a complex genetic system when, you know, in the 25 minutes it takes to get the bus into town? Just more food out. Got loads of these. Pumpkin seeds, I think, yeah. Oops. Playing in window mode, so occasionally I might accidentally click off. Okay, explore the suburban bliss. Is anyone likely to do it better than Quacker Flocker Flame did? I don't like our odds much. And there is a chance of dying. Hey, Ants Gamer is pretty good though. I'll take those odds. Speed things up. Bedding getting used up again, so let's put some more stuff out. Pile of leaves. Food's looking okay, as is entertainment. Will we ever win this one? Let's try again. The 4 mix, by the way, that's up there is our next kind of combat mission. 52 for Haken. 52 for Max as well. Let's send Haken first, because I'd rather Max didn't die. There's a 5% chance of death in this one. Max has a higher chance, and Max is in chat. Oops. I've accidentally sent Max out. Well, good luck, Max. You've got a more than 1 in 20 chance of dying. Items again. All the items do eventually get used up. Running a bit low on food. Down some sugar lumps. Death is inevitable, yes. Let's hope it was in service of the memory of the matriarch. Right, I want to at least attempt a mission and maybe do one more round of beetle breeding before the stream ends. But tomorrow, like I say, I'll do a longer stream. I generally stream for about an hour, maybe a little more, until my voice starts going. But tomorrow I'm going to try to endeavour to just speak a little gentler and maybe stretch the stream out for 2 or 3 hours because it's launch day for Beetle Uprising. You failed the task, but you didn't die. Let's send some people out on foraging tasks again. Because we are running a tad low on some stuff. I can also redo the older missions. I think we still get, like the ants mission here. I think Liam said it might be worth redoing that a few times. So, yeah, maybe it's worth doing that first before we jump straight into the 4 mix, which absolutely destroyed us last time. And you see how quickly the bedding gets used up, especially this lower quality stuff. Hey. 3 out of 4 ain't bad. Okay. Boomer is not a great beetle. We might be next for the juicer, I don't know. Although Easerest, which is a starting beetle, I kind of want to keep hold of it for now. Milan's pretty good. 52%. I think it's going to have to be Milan attempting this time, but maybe... What's the happiness? I'll take a risk on it. Food is out, so we need to put down food items. Sugar, rotted apple, some pumpkin seeds, hazelnuts, drop of nectar. Go crazy, beetles. Do game publishers get the game free or have to buy it from the game developers? There's nothing in the contract saying that they have to give us a copy of the game free, but it would be a bit silly if they kind of didn't, since it's the job of the publishers to promote it. God, we're not having much luck with that. Oh, I've got to put down some more bedding. Quick. The beetle that just came in was tired. Go on, go and have a sleep. Yeah, it's been a bit of a pain actually when we've because we published this game and Ecosystem, both of which have free demos. But for some reason, if you're set as a dev, like as me and all the guys at Slug Disco are for all of the games that you have on Steam, it's a real pain to download the demos sometimes. I don't know why. Because you own the game in full. If the game isn't released, like in the case of Ecosystem, it's difficult to download the demo because you own the full game. It is a bit of a chore, and the same with Empires of the Undergrowth. We own the full game, but I can't. So therefore, I can't download the demo. It's when I've wanted to test out something in the demo, I've had to use a secondary account. But that's fine. Put down some more grooming stations. Right. Are beetles generally happier at the moment? We've got a couple of really happy beetles that might... There you go, 69%. Nice. To begin, explore suburban bliss. Hopefully we get it this time. That's the highest percentage chance we've had. Better put down some more food. How do you get a game published by Slug Disco? We keep an eye on projects. If things take our... We haven't got a submission process. Don't do that. But if we certainly keep an eye on projects that come up, and we have a look at developer conferences and demos that come out. And if a project really takes our fancy, then we may well get in touch. But it's kind of an ad hoc process. There's nothing really official about that yet. Both Beetle Uprising and Ecosystem were projects that Liam liked the look of, and me and John had played Beetle Uprising on stream a while before and quite enjoyed it. So it seemed kind of natural. And we are publishers that deal with ecology games. We love nature, so those are our main. We look in that kind of genre really. Everyone's pretty happy and fed. We're probably going to run out of entertainment at some point. Just hoping that this time finally, yay, finally we succeeded. GG us. Okay, we've learnt about the swarms, what opposes us in suburban bliss. Great. What good job, Milan. Good job. You are our best beetle at the moment, I think, anyway. So it's not It's not surprising. Should we put down some of these things just so they're not taking up space in my inventory? Crystals at the top here. And I've got a lot of these blocks, but I don't really want to put them down. I think they're just going to take up space. No, we are losing viewers. I think we're at about the status quo. About 13 is about average for the Beetle Uprising. It'll go up and down naturally over the stream. Most people only stay for a few minutes and go anyway. You know, I'm not a gigantic streamer or anything. Okay, a few more missions to get bits and bobs. And then we'll have a look at doing some... There you go, so we've got these missions now are open up to us. So, and then we can do the missions from there to open up more of the abandoned lot. My voice is starting to go now because we're approaching the hour mark. So I'm just going to try and consciously talk a little quieter. I'm going to keep going for a little while longer, guys, actually. I will just pause the game and I'm going to go and get myself another cup of tea and so that we can carry on for a bit longer. Okay? And then I will leave you with my face. Enjoy.
Pills. Some pills here, which is food store, and we need to harvest that. Plenty, because there's a lot more food on this map. John, quite build our colony. Recognised that the other map was a bit stingy as far as food goes. So yeah, more food here. We need to define a tile. I think this area food made the other map a bit more challenging for our not everyone ants to store the food. So I'm just going to use this tool here. So I've got to be to create a larder. I want a bit more food before I come back here too. And this is going to be the area that the ants store the food for us. I'm not going to lead a chamber directly to my queen because as soon as she's once they've done that, they'll start rearranging and reproduce the pills. So instead, I'm going to the trick to and then this tunnel that's a little bit long maximum, so it's not directly connected. Is they're now storing in which you attack things like down here. I'm pretty sure is the motherloads get death food. Once we start to come along and a bit more similarly the food as well. There's food there, but there's also enemies, so I'm not okay. And run in there. We're going to need a few more workers, not too many. I found in this demo we can get to before we have to overdo it with the workers, because workers are free to respawn. So, but if you look when I carry on put down a worker tile. I'm just got 5 each. Enemies will try and run towards my corner. So I'm just gonna have maybe that many for now. Taking it back to the storage chambers, my worker chamber up here. I'm not sure about this. Along they come. There's no system to. I don't enter the area to. So these are now come down here. Work in one of these tiles, and then they'll come along to the queen. Grab a, but I'm reliably informed. Grab an egg from her. I will pop them in the chamber, and then when these fellas hatch, or these ladies rather hatch, they'll be workers. Oh, look at that animation! So yeah, okay, we've got 7 workers, and I think we should probably choose a bit have a few more. It's like popcorn. It's very satisfying to watch. Because we've got some lovely and fresh-faced workers ready to our fellas to help us in our prestige underground domination. Then we'll go into battle. They'll immediately come and add new workers will come out and prepare those soldiers, these black ant tiles. But these won't hatch until the ant that's associated with that tile dies. And in this demo version, it's free for them to rehatch, to respawn. Basically, it is respawning. So yeah, there is going to be. I don't think it'll be like that in the final game, but for the purpose of this demo, it's free for the wait. Free for the workers to rehash. I think 16's plenty for now, so we're just going to carry on expanding. About how things are going with the Kickstarter. I love watching this animation. We're just about a week into the Kickstarter now. Once we've got 100 people, so we'll start thinking about 90% of the way to their goal. Because we are going to meet some nasty creepy crawlies, some utterly astounding. As they pop, you see, I don't think they expected it up here. The soldier ant, right? Considering the exclamation take on their last Kickstarter place where there are enthusiasts. There's one down here from the public. but not outright this direction. Yeah, we need this now. You can just drag. You don't have to. That's changed, and I think that's probably because it's so satisfying aware of the way the Kickstarter works. You suggest what the answer this time, and they come and do it for you. You don't. It's like the old dungeon keeper if you ever just that, or our queen, of course. You don't control the units direction. Instead, you give them more focused, and it's working very well. They decide to make these things in their own time. We move into a cave. Pills. We've got some pills here, which is food store, and we need to harvest that. Plenty, because there's a lot more food on this map. John quite rightly recognised that the other map was a bit stingy as far as food goes. So yeah, more food here. We need to define a tile. I think an area food made the other map a bit more challenging for our not everyone ants to store the food. So I'm just going to use this tool here. So I've got to be to create a larder. I want a bit more food before I come along here too. And this is going to be the area that the ants store the food for us. I'm not going to lead a chamber directly to my queen, because as soon as she's once they've done that, they'll start rearranging. Can't reproduce anymore. The pills. So now instead, I'm going to the trick to enter this tunnel. It's a little bit long maximum, so it's not directly to it. They're now storing in which you attack things like down here. I'm pretty sure is the motherloads get death food. Once we start to come along and a bit more similarly the food as well. There's food there.
Hello, I'm back. Got new tea. Just a look at chat before we carry on with the Uprising. What if EA made EOTU? It'd be a different game altogether. Yeah, there would be microtransactions. Okay, let's go back to EOTU. EOTU, BU. Okay. Okay, all our beetles being happy. Okay. So, let's have a look at our actual missions now. So our fighting missions. I think, yeah, we're going to redo this one. Or this one. Yeah, which is, he's mostly dead. It's swarms of ants, and we can do this pretty easily. We get plenty of rewards. And if we're lucky, we might even get a new egg to hatch. So, let's choose a beetle. Should we test out our new one? Milan. Who is... yeah, got pretty high stats. Yeah, Milan's got pretty high stats, so we're going to reduce the number of copies that we're going to make. And see how we do. There's no chance of losing Milan in this one. Okay, so we just got to get rid of the ant swarms. Oh, that's not good. Most of our stuff has got stuck. That's better. No problem. Yeah, we're beating these ants no problem, because we've bred beetles way beyond these stats now. But yeah, we will get rewards for it still. Okay here, I think. No problem. Okay, and we got a 3-star reward for that one. Yeah, coming back to redo older missions makes perfect sense once you've bred the beetles that can really just stomp them in trouble. Great, okay. Yeah, Milan does need some time to recover from that though, so let's put down a bunch of food and stuff. Make sure everyone's happy. The pet rock. They seem to like the pet rocks. Brains! Great. Imagine someone disliked. Yeah, usually I dislike my own streams just so someone has. Hey, 4 out of 4 this time. That's fantastic. Should have plenty of bits and bobs. Great. I'm just going to wait for everyone to be... The fungus makes this superior. I was about to say, that's a bit gross, but I am a big fan of blue cheese, which is full of penicillin. Okay, the plan, it's 3... it's 3 big missions now. So let's have a look at breeding one more beetle. I mean, we're going to want to wait for... We certainly want to breed from Milan, who's our best statted fighter. And maybe Haken, who's a close second. And has got some pretty good perception stats. Not great armour, but better than Milan. Yeah, let's maybe breed those two together and see how we do. Okay, right. Beetles look happy. For the most part, Milan is still recovering, so we'll give Milan a bit more time to recover before we breed. Let's send some more out on some... Not Milan, anyone other than, basically. On some foraging missions. We got 30, let's go. We're talking about likes. 29. Halan. Maybe I should do that. I should start giving the beetles second names based on as a kind of a portmanteau of their parents' names. Not breeding yet. Let's put down some more food items. Let's have a look at this 3-star that we got. Quickness, health and perception. Let's have a look. Let's hatch this beetle. We might want to think about juicing an old one. Who's not really pulling their weight anymore. I mean, I kind of want to keep the starting beetles. These two. I mean, I know they're not the best. I mean, Boomer's not fantastic. I mean, he does have good armour though, probably the best armour we have. Another 4 out of 4. Sometimes the dice just roll right. Okay, yeah. I mean, there is the constant maintenance of this game means it's quite fast paced, even in this mode. Even in this part of the game, you need to make sure you're putting down items to keep the beetles happy. Okay, let's open up this egg and see what we end up with for this 3-star beetle. Okay, and we will name it after someone in chat. Since it doesn't have parents, this one, it'll just have one name. Okay, so we're going to name it... What's a good name? You little bug! Let me go on another account and like. You're using sock puppets to up my likes. Well, that's kind of you, but I don't know if that's against terms of service. Oh, a fire ant's coming along. Ask me questions towards the end. I'll probably be streaming for another 10-15 minutes, and then I'll do a 5-minute Q&A, and you can ask me about anything you like, but I'm not going to answer things that aren't Beetle Uprising related until the end of the stream. I kind of need to concentrate on the game. More entertainment items. We'll have a look at the stats of the beetle we just hatched. In just a second, let's have a look. You little bug. Okay. Yes, has some excellent stats for quickness, health, and perception. Very good. We can we have a look at the. Go into breeding and hold down that. Oh, hello. Pressing the. I've actually got a button to disable the Windows key. There we go. Press down Control. There we go. We can see the genome of you little bug here on the left-hand side. So you see, so lots of high contributing alleles here, which means high health. But if we have a look at Boomer here, which to be honest is probably the next one to get the put in the blender. Boomer is very good on strength and ferocity, but perception is shocking. Health isn't great, because the way we do it is we add up the all the allele contributions here, as explained in the video we watched at the start of the stream. So, yeah, you little bug definitely has some qualities worth breeding there. Name it Ants Kansas. Maybe I'll name it Ants Canada just to spite you. People looking happy. People, well, beetles are people too. Some bread. I ate so much bread yesterday. So not only are we going into lockdown, but there's in the UK we've got the National Health Service Test and Trace app on our phones, and at some point a trip out in the last couple of weeks, I must have been standing too close to someone who's tested positive, so I need to stay inside for a while anyway, until next Thursday. But I'm the kind of person who doesn't really like to leave the house much anyway, so that suits me fine. Entertainment's looking okay still? Yeah, it is getting used up a bit though. Yeah, popcorn. With one of these tend to last a long time. Okay, right, let's at least attempt another, if our new beetle, that little bug, can get happy enough, it will become an adult, and at that point we can breed with it. We have a look at it currently. Happiness 59. I forget. Is it 60 it needs to get to? It might be 70, but it's going up. It's doing lots of things to keep it happy. We're not breeding yet, wrong button. I'm going to put down some more stuff. There you go, I think has now become an adult. I think that's what that... Yes, there you go, adult now. You little bug. I quite like the kind of metallic brown look to you little bug. It's very classic beetle, really, isn't it? Okay. Manalana, I will answer questions about other stuff at the end of the stream, so probably another 10 minutes or so. Right, let's have a go at breeding two beetles then. We are going to breed you little bug, which is now become an adult and has some superior stats in quickness, health and perception, with certainly not Boomer, with Milan, who is currently our best fighter. Not so good on regeneration though, but you little bug is at least slightly better on that stat. So let's hold down control and see where the genomes are and see how lucky we could get. Let's just see. Let's see what we get. And again, I'll let you guys choose. I think we want to look at things like armour, even though that's not really what we've got in these beetles. But we do have a 50 strength beetle here in the top middle. This one's looking okay. Good all-rounder. Got 3 superior stats. This one's looking pretty good as well. Better quickness. Faster beetle. You can choose at the side here. We can sort them by the stats we're looking for. Strength is always good because that means we do more damage to the enemy. But armour is what we're sorely lacking. So I think we are going to need to introduce some armour-heavy beetles into our gene pool. And we'll get those by completing missions and getting eggs, I think. You think top middle? I mean, maybe we just do breed for strength this time. Strength and quickness, because those are great stats for both of those things. And then we can breed those later. Can you move your face cam when breeding? Yeah, I can. Give me a sec. It's kind of difficult. Maybe I can just scale myself down a touch. Put myself there. Just remind me to put myself back when I'm done. Okay, middle could be good. You mean that one? I don't think so. That one's kind of average and below average on everything. Top middle is looking okay, I think. Yeah, it's not great on regeneration, but we can certainly use that as a springboard for strength and quickness, which is the gene for the first 2, or the chromosome for the first 2. I think it's called in the game. For the first set of breeding things. Yeah, let's keep this one, which is has high stats. Okay, and I'm gonna name it something Milan bug. So I'll choose someone else from chat. Kevin. So Kevin Milan bug. That's the way that's going to be my naming strategy now. Middle right, people are saying. I mean, that one again does have great stats in health and perception, but I don't mind looking at strength and quickness as well this time round, and then maybe later breeding for other stats. I think we are going to keep this one, so we're going to call it Kevin Milan bug. So that's what I'm going to do. They're going to get a surname now, which is based on a portmanteau of their parents' names. Alright, okay, now let's put myself back to where I was, and then we can go back home. So, welcome Kevin. So we are starting to get some kind of uniformity in colour amongst our beetles now. Kevin, once he reaches 60 happiness, will become an adult. But I think it might be time to attempt the Formix, at least attempt it. Kevin Milan. Almost sounds like it could exist as a name, doesn't it? Yes, local man Kevin Milanbug was arrested for loitering near parks. Bread, have some bread. Hazelnuts, we've got loads of them. Have a few of them. Have another building block. Let's go out on some foraging missions while we've got a bit of time to kill. Yeah, not too bad. We might do the first mission again at some point, but not today. I'm new to this. Welcome, Nicholas. When I put the VOD of this up on YouTube after the stream, right at the start, well, after I'd spent 5 minutes faffing about trying to get my desktop audio working, we watched a couple of videos which kind of explain the genetics of Beetle Uprising. It might be worth you watching those if you're new to it and you're thinking about having a go at the game. The game, by the way, is coming out full out of early access tomorrow. which is quite exciting. I'll be doing a stream after we've released, and I'll see if I can get like Liam involved, and because he knows quite a lot about the game. It would be nice to get the Iocane game guys on stream, but I don't think that's possible tomorrow. They're in America, and so they're a bit behind us and all sorts. Maybe at some point we'll get them on stream to kind of chat about things. Okay, Maximilian succeeded, brought us home some stuff. Milan succeeded, brought us home some nice food. Look of Flame, doing well. 4 out of 5, that's okay. Right, I'm going to want to get everyone back up to happy before we go and attempt the 4 mix, where you're going to be facing some dangerous ants. EO2U after 15 minutes. I'm not doing any EO2U stream today, Milan. I might do EO2U in a few weeks' time. I might have another crack at the Hungry Spider level, because I didn't manage it at Halloween. But when the full moon comes around again and it's time for the Hungry Spider to come out of his hidey hole, then maybe I'll have another crack at that level and we'll do another Empire stream. But yeah, for the time being though, I am sticking with streaming this game, trying to get better at it. Ooh, low on sleeping arrangements. Food is running low as well. I have some bread. I have a rotten apple. I have a normal apple. Entertainment's looking okay. I was replying to someone there. Okay. Beetles are mainly happy. So Milan and You Little Bug are probably our... No, not You Little Bug. What's the one I just... Kevin. There you go. Kevin is an excellent fighter. And so is Milan, but You Little Bug here as health and perception superior. So maybe those are the two to take out on this mission. But we got absolutely destroyed last time I tried this. We might again, in which case next time we'll just do a bit more breeding, do a few more missions here and there, and eventually we'll get there. Right, let's attempt it. Okay, right. Oh gosh, there are 3 in this one. I totally forgot. Let me just have a look at... there aren't options for... Hang on a second. No, that's fine. Hey, I could make it easy and just cheat. Maybe one day, when I'm done with it. Okay, right, so we are going with... Our main one is Milan, who is an excellent fighter. Our second one, we are going with You Little Bug, who is tank. And finally, it's probably got to be... Yeah, it's got to be Kevin, hasn't it? Who is the best fighter. Not Yusrus, what are you on about? Kevin. There we are. Yeah, Kevin has low regeneration though, so kind of glass cannon. Let's see how we do. Let's go for 25 each, but I know Goop is a difficult... It's a difficult resource to come by in this game. So I'm not really expecting... Yeah, okay. I've got to be careful with the Goop, basically. But let's see how we do in this battle. Hopefully better than last time, but we just didn't do well at all last time. Let's see. We do have the chance of possibly losing one of our ants here. We have a 1 in 10 chance, in fact, if we fail. I don't think we'll get the 3-star, but we'll at least try to get the 1-star. Here we go. Okay. Okay, so a lot like Empires, we put down the marker points. Destroy 3 swarms of blue-striped ants. So it's here we need to go. We are going to get attacked by... Yeah, we got absolutely destroyed. We're not ready for this mission yet. Yeah. Yeah. Hopefully no one died, but yeah, we are really not ready for the Formix. I am going to talk to Liam about some strats for this level. Hopefully no one died. No, I think everyone lived. Yeah, everyone lived that time. But yeah, we're going to have to look a bit more at our breeding strats, and we're going to have to just do some more missions, I think, and slowly build ourselves up so we get to that point. But yeah. Right, okay, so I'm going to call it there on Beetle Uprising. I think I'll just save the game now and go to the main menu, and then we'll do a quick 5-minute chat just about whatever questions you would like answered. And then I'll sign off for the evening and see you all tomorrow early evening, probably. Okay, right. Okay, 5 minutes or so while I drink me tea. And then it looks like we've got even more lag on the stream than usual, so it might take a minute for... Right, okay. When is Forum Carrion Challenge 4 coming out? I cannot tell you. Our policy is not to give ETAs because inevitably we blow straight past them and people get annoyed. We will only give out release dates when we are sure we can meet them. Okay? How are the fire ants coming along? Really nicely. The difficult systems that have been made for them are starting to reach their fruition now. In fact, if you have a look on this channel that you're watching now, if you have a look earlier on the video that went up of John, he was doing some testings of the cavern system, the random caverns, but towards the end of that stream he played a bit with like the fire ant bridges and such like, just to show those off and how they've come along. So go and have a look at that, just John showing those off. Right, other stuff. Several. When are fire ants coming out? Yeah, same answer as the first question. Yep. Every 7th day, he said it will come out at the next week. Occasionally we get some people spreading misinformation actually here and there. I have to correct it sometimes. People said, oh, well I saw on a forum that it's coming out next Tuesday, and it's total nonsense. The only sources for anything are straight from us, our social media. I guess sometimes people might misinterpret something that one of us says on a stream or in a forum or on the Discord, but yeah, yeah, don't listen if someone says what I heard was. Can you make African driver ants? Maybe, again, a bit like ETAs, until the guys decide we can announce what species are coming. I can't really tell you. We're not really going to announce anything past fire ants until fire ants are out, I don't think. Will the Trapjaws be a playable colony in free play? I don't think so. Not by themselves anyway, because they operate very differently than normal ants do. They don't form foraging trails. They operate in small groups. So unless we just ignored all that, then yeah. But you know, we do ignore quite a lot of science sometimes. But when it's so against the character of a kind of ant, we probably won't do that. But you'll be able to play them as, you know, as part of an Erepta colony in various missions, like you already can. They have Gamergates full of games. Well, they do have nuptial flights still. Yeah, so they're not like, as far as from what I understand it, they don't have full-on queens. But again, the game rules of our game states an ant colony has to have a queen. So we'd probably have to have a large worker set as the queen, and she'd need animations, etc., which we don't really have on our scheduled list of tasks, because we want to really charge on with fire ants. What level did you have the most fun making? The person to talk to that is John. I suspect the answer to that, but ask him when he's streaming. Hopefully he'll stream later this week. I suspect the answer might be the other foot, certainly from the extra levels perspective. Yeah, I know he did have a lot of fun making that level. Are the fire ants going to sting? Yes. Yeah. Again, if you have a look back on our channel, not too far back, a couple of months, we put up the animations for the fire ant soldier. Yeah, and they have a bite attack, and then every so often they have a sting. They kind of bring their abdomen round and use their stinger. Yeah, so they'll do venom damage as well as physical damage. The soldiers will, at least. Is the cheats on free play ant colonies temporary? I think it'll stay there. It's just that over time, as we improve the AI and it gets better, we might turn it to off by default. But, you know, we're still new at working out how to make the AI colonies more effective. Thanks for joining us, Max. See you next time, maybe. What other plans do you have for free play? Will there be a map editor for EO2U? For free play, John said the other day he would love to expand on it a lot more, but right now the real focus is fire ants and the fire ant update. I'm sure he's got lots of ideas knocking around in his head, but he's talked about things potentially like an event system where you get a random infestation of tiger beetle larvae or something like that. But you know, that's a maybe. That's when maybe he can work on that after the fire ants, maybe. Although, like I said last time, I think we streamed, fire ants and the final tier 5, are being worked on kind of simultaneously. So there's going to be a bit of a longer wait for fire ants, but there shouldn't be as long a wait between fire ants and tier 5 because we're kind of working on both at the same time. Will you optimise the game more? Always. We're always optimising it, but you know, there is a limit to it. Eventually we do have to say to people, your hardware just isn't good enough. It's pretty well optimised already. There's just a few things, like in free play, the funnel web spiders are pretty, well, their nests more specifically are pretty badly optimised because they particularly when you've got hundreds of ants running around. Okay. Right, okay, we're coming up to 5 minutes on that, I think. Thank you everyone for joining me. And like I say, tomorrow I'll be doing a kind of late afternoon, early evening stream, 6-ish UK time, I think, where I'll be doing a bit of a longer Beetle Uprising focus stream because it's launch day for Beetle Uprising. Yeah, it should be good. We're a bit nervous. What we would like you guys to do, and I will find the link right now, is to join us on our Discord. In fact, tomorrow morning I'm probably going to put a little video out on YouTube to encourage some guys to join our Discord if people aren't aware of it. We've got a nice little community going. It was a bit hectic to start off with, but we've kind of got a nice little group of regulars now. But yeah, you guys can occasionally help us out with things if you like on our Discord, or just come in to join the chat. That would be lovely. So I've put the link to the Discord in the chat there. Please come and join us. And I will do a little video tomorrow again if anyone would like to and can't be bothered right now. Okay, right. Again, thank you for joining me. And if anyone would like to join me for an extended Beetle Uprising stream tomorrow, I very much look forward to seeing you on launch day for it. Very exciting times. Okay, see you then.